What's up?
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. You can hear me?
I can hear you great.
All right, good. I mean, we just moved into the studio a couple months ago, like back in March, and this is the first Zoom call I've ever done from the studio. So
I love
I'm
it. Well, I
glad
can hear it.
everything's working.
It's working great. I can hear a second line parade going down there next to the studio. So maybe that's a good mic.
I see it. I see it. Well, Matt, how are you today?
I'm great. I'm actually I'm usually pretty good, but today I'm great. I got this new record coming out,
Yeah.
and I'm visiting with you. One of my favorite cities in all the world is New Orleans, and I've
Ah.
had a lot of fun in New Orleans.
Well, see, I had this whole list of questions that I asked you, but I think I'm going to throw those out the window for a second because now I got to ask you about how much you love New Orleans. So when you come down here, what is the one thing that you have to do?
Well, I go eat at some place new every time. I mean,
Okay.
New Orleans is the best food city in the country, especially
Yes.
like per capita. Vegas is getting really good too in a different way because of the celebrity stuff, and then obviously the coast. But New Orleans has everything that you would need. No matter what you like, I'm a big seafood guy, so I will sit there. I will go to Acme and I can eat oysters just about as fast as they can shuck them, although they're pretty fast at
Mhm.
shucking them and doing that. So I'm gonna yeah. The food is obviously unreal.
All right. Well, okay. Note to self: do whatever you can to get Matt Stell back in New Orleans and feed him.
Absolutely. I was at a Pelicans game, earlier this year.
Fun.
One of the games where Zion was healthy, so that was cool. I loved it. I was down there for a Sugar Bowl one time. Arkansas
Oh,
made the
wow.
Sugar Bowl, so I've been there. But I got engaged to Jackson Square one time. I never got married from that, but I did do that. I'm telling you, I know my way around the wards. I know Frenchman
I'm
Street.
thinking you just need to move here. I mean, Nashville's lovely, but we've got room for you in New Orleans. Come on down.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to winter there. I don't know in the summer I might visit my friends up north, but
Yeah.
I love it down there.
So you did mention that you have a new album. It's Born Lonely, featuring your latest single, Breaking in Boots. I got to ask you about the title, Born Lonely. It's like those two words together. You start thinking about it. You're like, this is an interesting title. Tell us about it.
Well, thank you very much. I mean, this song, okay, so this record is is really me doing my best to tell the truth, whether that's, where I've been,
Mhm.
why I am the way I am, things that I've seen, people that I've interacted with, things like that. Like it was all coming from a true place, whether I either lived it or have seen it. And this song is special for a lot of reasons. One, it's one of my favorite songs I've ever written because, I've always felt like, like relationships, love, or whatever, it comes easy to some people, or it seemed like it. It seemed like it came very hard to me, for me. And I was dating somebody and I kind of noticed the same thing in them. And sometimes it's easier to see it. It's like if you're it's easier to read a bottle of whiskey when you're looking at it, not when you're on the inside. And so
Sure.
it's like that. And
That's
so
very profound.
well, I mean, I wrote this, I need to write that song too, actually. But I wrote this song, uh, really before I like right before the last EP that I dropped and that I put out. And I'm proud of that EP too. I'm proud of some songs on it. Um but this Born Lonely was a song that I felt like it was the best song I'd ever written. And at the time it was decided that I wouldn't put it on that project. There was other stuff I needed to do. And that never set well with me. It actually set very badly with me. And because I knew how much I believed in this song, I knew how much I believed in this project, and I said, I'm never doing that again. I'm never compromising on what I think's cool based on what somebody thinks that the market might like, because I've never had any kind of success trying to chase down what I thought other people would like if I didn't love it. And those are
Mhm.
lessons that I had to learn, but I learned them. And so when it came time to make this album, that was the title track, and that was really the anchor point to it, and everything else around it is me trying to tell the truth from, like I said, from being you know, being from a broken home and spending all that time, you know, spending a lot of my childhood thousands of miles away from most of my family, to spending time in the cab of a truck with the right person, how that, and you know, and nowhere on a Friday night. Like, those are all truths that I've lived, and those are what I'm going to sing about. That's what I'm going to talk about, and that's the music I'm going to stand behind. And Born Lonely was the first of that, and it's me talking about some stuff that's a little bit more difficult to talk about, you know, kind of the where I came from stuff, and why I am the way I am, and how things from my childhood could still bother a grown man. um and but that's what I decided. I was gonna
Wow.
only make music that I would die for. And that's what this project is, and that's why I'm so proud of it.
You should be proud of it. And I noticed the cover art. Is that your tattoo?
Yeah, yeah, that's that guy right there. Yeah.
That's
um
amazing.
yeah,
It's
it just, I didn't set out for that to be. Just an idea that I
Mhm.
had for a tattoo, but then we, you know, kind of filmed the me getting it, and it was going to be like the music video or the visualizer for Born Lonely when it came out. And man, it ended up being, you know, the album art from some of the still shots that we got that day, because it would just, it worked together. You know, the idea was there, and I meant it. And like I said, you know, it's like live or die kind of stuff. Like, this matters to me. This country music matters to me, and this song matters to me the most. And so, you know, I wear it on my sleeve.
I love it. I love it. Looking away from the album and Matt Stell live on location, I've noticed like over the last several years, you've done the anthem at like NASCAR races and NFL events. Like, is that just scary as hell?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
It's
wanted to
very,
make sure it was as scary as I thought it was, you know?
if I mess up Born Lonely or Breaking in Boots or Pray for You,
Right.
that's like, all right, well, it's my song, so it's just a remix, you know? If I mess up
Right.
the national anthem, the stakes are quite a bit higher. And
Yeah.
there's not a ton of upside to doing them, because you're not going to do a good a job as Whitney. You're not going to do as good a job as Chris Stapleton. So it's like, my goal when I do national anthems is, A, I like to get out of my comfort zone,
Mhm.
but B, I try to just do it as respectfully, as quickly as possible, because no one's there to see me sing the national anthem unless my mom came. Everybody's trying to get to the race or the game. And the
Right.
other reason that I do them is because I get to go down on the field at NFL games, or get to go out in the infield of the track of the NASCAR game. So it ends up being like, I get to go watch the sporting event. Like, I think I got one coming up in Denver. I think the Broncos are playing the Chargers, and I'm going to go down and sing that. And I'm really doing it so that I can go honor our country, and I can go watch football that I'm probably going to bet on as well. And it's in October, so that'll still be golfing weather maybe in the Denver area. So, you know, those are the reasons to do it, but it is the most nerve-wracking thing that I do.
I'm sure it is. And I love how honest you are about it. Yeah, I do the anthem so I can get a pit pass. We're good.
Yeah, I'm
No.
telling you, because it's like being a referee. Thank God that we have them. But when they did
Right.
their best job, you didn't notice they were there. You know,
Right.
it's like there's no, it's like, you know, an SEC official, you know, if you don't know who ref that game, that means they did a good job. And if you know their name, that means you actively hate them.
That's I don't think you're wrong about that. Well, look, I know you're on a bit of a time crunch. I don't want to hold you up too much longer, but the album Born Lonely is the title of the album, and there's a song on there, Born Lonely, right? And then Breaking in Boots and lots of great stuff. We're just excited. Is this your first full length album?
It is, since I had a record deal, you know,
Okay. Yeah.
for a year, you know, when we had EPs out, you know, when Pray for You hit, and then Everywhere But On, and then COVID happened, and that, you know, that scrambled our
Yeah.
eggs. But after after all that, you know, then we had another EP, and I was like, hey guys, you know, I'm again, I got to this point where I feel like we're trying to service the market, and I feel like we're not doing the music justice. And when you're not doing country music justice, it's offensive. And it doesn't have to be. It's like, it can be, the song can be about anything, but they need to be about something, and it needs to be like your full best effort, and not at least I sound like this is myself telling myself, is like, I'm not servicing a market. I'm not like going to, you know, make sure that there's a niche filled because they need this kind of song. I'm going to write songs that I would go broke over if I had to, or songs that I would, play in bars regardless of if I was on the radio or not. And that's what this project is, and that's why I'm so proud of it.
Unapologetically Matt Stell. That could be the name of your next album.
Yeah, where were you at
Unapologetically
when I
Matt
was
Stell.
naming this record? I just had to go with the song name.
Hey, I think Born Lonely is pretty damn good, but
Well, thank you.
unapologetically Matt Stell, that's next. Matt, we love you, and hopefully we'll see you maybe singing the anthem at a Saints game or back at a Pelicans game. We've got the Super Bowl in 2025. You come on down to New Orleans. We're always welcoming you here,
Absolutely.
man.
You never know when you're going to see me down there. Absolutely.
Be well. Be well, and all the best with the new album and beyond. We'll
Awesome.
hope
Thank you very
hopefully see you
much.
soon.
Enjoyed talking to you.
Likewise.